Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English in Minutes. I am Natasha, your host for today. If you're new here, I'd love to let you know. We upload a new English learning video every single day to help you improve your English quickly and effectively. In today's episode, you will not only improve your English listening skills, but you'll also gain the tools to understand natural conversations better and speak with more confidence. Today, we're diving into a topic that every English learner needs to master: how to improve your English listening skills in a way that actually works in daily life. You'll learn smart, practical tips, and I'll also guide you through real-life practice exercises that will help you listen more actively, understand native speakers, and train your ears to catch every word. Whether you are listening to a podcast, watching a movie, or having a conversation in English, you'll find yourself more prepared, more aware, and much more fluent. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to train your ears to listen better, and I'll be sharing several useful techniques, along with daily examples that you can start using right away. Before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you want more helpful English learning episodes like this one. So, grab a pen and notebook, and let's get started. Have you ever found yourself watching an English movie and feeling completely lost after the first few sentences? Maybe you've listened to someone speaking English, and even though you know most of the words, it still feels like they're speaking too fast, or everything just blurs together. You're not alone. Many English learners struggle with listening, not because their grammar is weak, but because their ears haven't been trained to pick up English in real time. The good news is, listening is a skill, and like any skill, it can be improved with the right techniques and consistent practice. In this video, I want to share with you several simple yet powerful secrets that can truly transform your English listening skills. And don't worry, we're going to practice together too. Let's begin by understanding what really affects your ability to listen. It's not always your vocabulary. Sometimes you may know the words, but still can't understand them when they're spoken. That's because natural English is often spoken quickly, with connected sounds, contractions, and expressions that don't appear in textbooks. For example, native speakers rarely say, "What are you doing?" in full. Instead, it comes out like, "What you doing?" And if you've only studied formal English, this can sound completely unfamiliar. That's why one of the best ways to improve listening is to get used to how English is actually spoken in everyday situations. Here's a little practice example. Imagine you're meeting a friend and they say, "Hey, what you up to today?" This sounds casual and fast, right? Now say it with me slowly. "What are you up to today?" Now speed it up. "What you up to today?" Repeat this a few times, and try to hear the sounds blend together. This kind of repetition will help your ears adjust to real spoken English. Practicing short, common sentences like this on a daily basis will increase your listening comprehension without making you feel overwhelmed. Another important secret is to stop translating in your head. Many learners try to listen in English and immediately translate into their native language. This slows you down and makes it harder to catch the next sentence. What you need to do is start thinking in English, even if you don't understand every single word. Try to guess the meaning based on the tone, context, and familiar words. For example, if you hear, "I gotta head out early today," and you know the words head and early, you might guess it means the person is leaving soon, and that guess is absolutely correct. So instead of trying to translate "I gotta head out" into your language, try to connect it with the idea of leaving or going somewhere. This helps you process English directly, which is the key to becoming fluent. Let's practice with another short conversation. Imagine this scene. You're at a coffee shop. The cashier says, "Hey there, for here or to go?" Now you might hear this and think, what did they just say? But if you've heard it before, you'll know they're simply asking if you'll be drinking your coffee in the cafe or taking it with you. Try to repeat it out loud. For here or to go, practice saying it 3 times naturally. This helps your brain connect the phrase with the real-life situation. The more you listen to these short, daily expressions, the more confident you'll feel when you hear them in real life. One more thing to remember. You don't have to understand every word to get the meaning. English is full of filler words like, like, and they often don't carry important meaning. For example, someone might say, I was super tired yesterday. You don't need to focus on or. Just listen for the main idea. The person was very tired. So instead of getting stuck on every single word, focus on the overall meaning. This will make your listening smoother and less stressful. Another powerful way to improve your English listening skills is to start using active listening rather than passive listening. Passive listening is when you just let the English audio play in the background while you do something else, like scrolling your phone or cooking. While this might help a little with exposure, it doesn't push your brain to engage with the language. Active listening, on the other hand, is when you give your full attention to the words being said. Try to understand the speaker's meaning, and even pause the audio to repeat after them or write things down. This kind of focused attention helps you develop stronger listening comprehension much faster. Let's try an active listening practice. I'm going to give you a short dialogue. Your job is to listen carefully, repeat what you hear, and try to understand the meaning without translating. Ready? Here's the dialogue. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Yeah, it's been a minute. I've just been super busy with work and stuff. Now repeat that out loud. You might have heard expressions like, it's been a minute, or, and stuff. These are informal ways of saying it's been a long time, and including random, non-specific things. You don't need to understand every word perfectly. But if you practice listening to and repeating these conversations, your ear will start recognizing patterns naturally. Another great technique is to use subtitles wisely. When you watch English videos or movies, try watching them first with subtitles in English, not your native language. This will help you connect what you hear with the actual words. Over time, try turning the subtitles off or using them only when you miss something. Subtitles should be a tool, not a crutch. Many learners become too dependent on subtitles and never challenge their listening. But if you watch your favorite series in English and focus on the voices and pronunciation, your brain will start connecting sounds with meaning without needing to read. It's okay if you don't understand everything at first. What matters is that you're training your ears in a natural way. Let's do another practical listening example. Imagine you're watching a scene from a drama series. A character says, Look, I didn't mean to upset you. I was just being honest. Now say that out loud with the same emotion. Try to match the tone, the rhythm, and the speed. The goal isn't just to understand the sentence. It's to feel how it sounds in real conversation. Now say it again. But this time, a little faster. Look, I didn't mean to upset you. I was just being honest. The more you do this, the more your brain will tune in to natural English, especially when emotions are involved. It's also helpful to break long sentences into smaller chunks. English speakers often connect words together, which makes it difficult for learners to hear where one word ends and the next begins. But if you practice breaking them down, you'll start to catch every part. For instance, take the sentence, Do you want to grab something to eat later? First, break it down. Do you want to becomes, do you wanna? Grab something is casual for get some food, and to eat later means not now, but soon. So the full sentence is a friendly way of asking someone if they'd like to eat together. Say it slowly, then say it fast. Do you want to grab something to eat later? Once your ears are used to this pattern, it won't sound confusing anymore. Now here's a short conversation practice for you. Listen and repeat each line as naturally as possible. Person A says, "Hey, are you free this evening?" Person B replies, "Yeah, why?" "What's up?" A says, "Thought we could catch a movie or something." B replies, "Sounds good, I'm down." Repeat each of those lines and pay attention to the casual tone. Expressions like, "What's up?" "Catch a movie," and "I'm down" are common in everyday English, and you'll hear them often. The more you expose yourself to these kinds of dialogues, the easier it will become to understand and respond. Let's talk about one more strategy: listening to English in small daily doses. You don't need to listen for hours every day. Even just 10 minutes a day of focused listening can make a big difference over time. Try listening to English while you walk, clean, or have a cup of tea. Choose podcasts, short stories, or YouTube videos that match your level. You'll notice that after a few weeks, your ears will be able to pick up more than before. Be consistent, and don't get discouraged if you don't understand something right away. Listening is a gradual skill, and every little bit helps. Here's a final practice activity for this section. Think of your typical morning routine. Now imagine someone describing it in English. Try to listen and repeat. I usually wake up around 7, grab a quick shower, and then make some coffee. After that, I check my emails before heading out. Now say it again slowly, breaking it into parts, then say it naturally. This type of storytelling practice will not only improve your listening, but will also give you confidence to speak about your own life in English. Another method that works incredibly well for improving your listening skills is shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and try to speak along with them at the same time, like an echo. This may feel strange at first, but it helps your brain connect sound with speech more quickly. You don't have to say it perfectly. The goal is to follow the rhythm, intonation, and speed of natural English. You can start by using short clips from interviews or conversations, and try shadowing just a few seconds at a time. Over time, your ears will become more sensitive to pronunciation, stress, and tone, which are essential parts of listening comprehension. Let's do a mini shadowing practice together. Listen carefully, and then repeat right after me. I was thinking about going to the beach this weekend. Now say it again, with the same pace and tone. Let's try another one. If you're not busy later, we could grab some dinner. Try to copy my rhythm and pronunciation. Do this kind of shadowing daily, even for 5 minutes, and you'll notice that you're not only understanding more, but you're also speaking more fluently. Shadowing helps you match the sounds with your own speaking ability, which strengthens your listening even more. Another useful tip is to listen to different accents. English is spoken in many countries, and each place has its own accent, pace, and slang. If you only listen to American English, for example, British or Australian English might be harder for you to understand. So try exposing yourself to different English speakers. Watch videos, interviews, or shows from different regions. Even within one country, people can speak in many different ways. The more your ears get used to different styles, the better you'll be at understanding anyone, anywhere. Let's practice with 2 similar sentences said in different accents. In American English, you might hear, "Can I get a bottle of water?" In British English, it might sound more like, "Can I get a bottle of water?" Try saying both versions. Listen for the differences. Neither one is wrong, they're just different. Understanding a variety of accents trains your listening flexibility and reduces confusion when someone speaks differently than what you're used to. Now let's talk about the importance of context. One of the biggest mistakes learners make is trying to understand each sentence in isolation. But in real life, we understand a lot based on the situation. For example, if you're at a restaurant and the waiter asks, "Still working on that?" They're not talking about your job. They're asking if you're done with your meal. Context helps you guess the meaning of sentences even when you don't know every word. So whenever you're listening, try to pay attention to where the conversation is happening, who is speaking, and what they might be talking about. This gives your brain clues and helps you understand more with less effort. Let's do a quick exercise with context. Imagine you're at the airport and you hear someone say, "Your flight's been delayed by an hour." Even if you didn't catch every word, you'd know from the context that your plane isn't leaving on time. Now imagine someone at a clothing store says, "That one's on sale if you're interested." Again, context helps you understand the situation. They're talking about a discount on clothes. Practicing these kinds of situational examples trains your brain to listen smarter, not harder. Another important strategy is to combine listening with speaking. When you listen and then speak, you reinforce what you've just heard. This is especially helpful when you hear new phrases or expressions. Don't just let them go, repeat them out loud, and use them in your own sentences. For example, if you hear someone say, "I'm not really into sports," you can repeat it and then change it to something that suits you, like, "I'm not really into cooking," or "I'm not really into social media." This kind of repetition makes the phrase stick and prepares you to understand it the next time you hear it. Try this short activity. I'll give you a phrase, and you'll create a few versions of it. The phrase is, "I'm looking forward to." Now you continue. "I'm looking forward to the weekend." "I'm looking forward to meeting you." "I'm looking forward to my vacation." Practicing this way helps you recognize these common phrases when you hear them, and also builds your confidence in using them. Lastly, don't forget to celebrate small wins. Listening is not about being perfect, it's about progress. If you were only understanding 30% before, and now you understand 50%, that's a huge improvement. Give yourself credit. Every word you understand is a step closer to fluency. Even the fact that you're watching this video right now means you're serious about improving, and that's something to be proud of. So remember, improving your listening skills doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent daily effort. Using the techniques we've practiced today, like shadowing, using context, speaking out loud, and listening actively, you'll get better every day. Keep practicing, stay patient, and trust the process. To take your listening even further, one advanced tip is to start listening for emotion and tone. In English, the way something is said is often more important than the exact words. For example, the sentence, "Oh, really?" can express surprise, sarcasm, doubt, or interest, depending on how it's spoken. If you only focus on the words and not the tone, you might misunderstand the speaker's real message. So when you listen, pay attention not just to the vocabulary, but also to the speaker's pitch, rhythm, and emotion. This will help you understand English in a more natural and human way. Let's do a quick tone recognition exercise. I'll say the same phrase 3 different ways. Your job is to guess the emotion. Ready? "I can't believe it." First one. Excited. "I can't believe it." Second one. Disappointed. "I can't believe it." Third one. Angry. "I can't believe it." Same words, different emotions. This is why listening carefully to tone can completely change your understanding of what someone means. As you practice, try to match the emotion with your voice when you repeat. This helps you not only understand better, but also express yourself more clearly when you speak English. Another strong practice strategy is listening to questions. In daily conversations, we answer questions all the time, so it's essential to understand them quickly. Questions in English often start with words like what, where, when, why, how, or do you. If you can train your ears to recognize the beginning of a question, you'll be much faster at responding. Sometimes we focus too much on long sentences, but understanding simple questions can help us the most in daily life. Let's practice with a few. Listen and repeat. What time does the train leave? Where did you put the keys? Do you want to grab some lunch? How was your weekend? These are the kinds of questions you hear every day in real life. Try listening to them, saying them out loud, and even answering them in different ways. For example, what time does the train leave? You might answer, at 3:30. Or, I think it leaves around 3. The more you practice responding to real questions, the more confident and fluent you will become. It's also useful to repeat short listening clips many times. Repetition helps you understand better each time you hear it. You may not catch everything on the first try, but don't give up. Rewind and listen again. The second time, you'll catch more. The third time, even more. Eventually, you'll know exactly what's being said. This trains your brain to listen deeply. Many learners try to listen once and move on, but repeating builds stronger memory and sharper listening skills. Let's try this with a short audio clip. I'll say it once. Try to catch what I say. She said she'd be here around 7, but it's almost 8. Did you get it? Now again. She said she'd be here around 7, but it's almost 8. And again. She said she'd be here around 7, but it's almost 8. The third time, you probably understood it much better than the first. This technique is powerful. You can use it with any short clip you find online or in a podcast. Here's one more listening practice for your daily routine. Describe what you hear around you. In English, if you're walking on the street and hear people talking, imagine what they're saying. If you hear a phone ringing, say out loud, someone's phone is ringing. If you hear a dog barking, say, the dog is barking loudly. This is a simple but effective way to train your brain to think in English based on what it hears. It creates a habit of connecting sound with language and helps you become more fluent in real-time listening situations. Before we finish, remember this. Listening is not just about understanding words. It's about understanding people. When you improve your listening, you improve your communication, your confidence, and your connection to the English-speaking world. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Don't be discouraged if you don't understand something right away. Every time you try, you're getting better. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this video. I hope you've learned valuable techniques that you can start using today to improve your English listening skills. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss another English lesson. Also, click the bell icon so you get notified when we upload new videos every day. And if you'd like to practice more, go back and replay the practice exercises. The more you repeat, the better you'll understand. Keep listening, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care and happy learning.